Characters is the first card. I'm going to move this so we have more room. Today I will be open to noticing a meaningful letter, word, or other piece of writing as it might be a message from my loved one. And that is a 48, which also adds up to a 3 when you combine those numbers. A 3 would be, for me, the Trinity of God, the Father, and the Holy Spirit, right? The Trinity. Characters. When I first saw the word characters, and this is what I mean when I'm saying that it can resonate for you differently than how it's being read. When I saw characters, I didn't think about like letters and like individual letters. I was thinking more of characters like people, the people who play a role in your life. So let's see what else is going to come out. But definitely keep an eye out because, the card does blatantly say, notice meaningful letters or words or other pieces of writing because it might be a message. It might give you the guidance that you were looking for. Perhaps you're overthinking on a situation and these letters or things that you come across are going to be exactly what it is that you needed to get you through to the next step of whatever that might have been. This one fell out. Memories. I can enjoy the memories of my loved one, and I am able to make new memories with those that are still here. Memories of characters. Always, you'll always want to hang on to those memories that you have with people. It may be a good idea for you to write those memories down. Perhaps write memories down in every character that you've ever had in your life. Write the memories down that you have with them so you can pass those memories on to your loved ones later. Perhaps you're a grandma. Perhaps you want to leave some stories that you've heard along the way to your grandchildren. Even if you're a parent, you can do that for your kids. If you're a child, if you are a child, please get guidance from your parents before watching these videos. These are prompted as 18 and over, so just know that. I think it's always important that we teach our kids the pros and cons to getting involved with things like this. That is why the Bible does mention that it doesn't want people to get involved with psychics and stuff like that, because sometimes there can be psychics that are more geared toward the darker energies of things. Sometimes when you're dealing with things like this, you can get other kind of entity attachments, and those kinds of things are very important to be aware of, because at least for me, I don't want to have dark energies around me. I don't want to have dark entities attach themselves to me. Always take the time to get that clearing done for yourself. Look into the research on how to do that. It is imperative that you kind of work on that on a daily basis to clear your energies, refocus yourself, recenter yourself on what it is that you actually want to have happen in your life, and not to succumb to the negativity that could rob you of your happiness. It's an inside job, guys. You have to protect yourself. You have to be mindful. And just know that every moment is a new opportunity that you can make things better. Just because you might have made a mistake here in the past, it doesn't mean that has to hang on. It doesn't mean that it has to become a permanent memory. It can be something that you can learn from, right? It can be something that you can grow from. It's something that could build character within yourself. It can be something that you learn that you can teach others, and so they don't have to make those same mistakes that you did, right? We're here to be forgiven. I don't know what your faith is, and I don't know what your beliefs are, but I feel that we are here to be forgiven, and perhaps those are the things that we need to kind of focus on, that we can be able to move on that way. Patience. I recognize that learning to communicate with me may take my loved one time and effort. I will try to be patient with the process. And that's with anything. Always be patient with the process. Even be patient with your memories. Be patient with your grief. Be patient with the characters that may be in your life, because I'm going to get choked up. Because every character deals with their grief in a different way. Every character is going to have different memories from what you have. Every character, and this is just is psychologically based, depending on where they are in their life, what age they are, they interpret that experience differently. I believe that they say that kids up until the age of 7, that is where they get their foundation of how they're going to view the world for the rest of their life. Granted, they can process through those memories and stuff, and they can go ahead and process that out and heal from anything that might have been negative. If it had to have been something that was traumatic, it can be repaired. It just takes time and it takes patience, but it can be done. It can be done. Right? All right, we had these last 3 I'm going to do that just fell out. Receive, intention, and root. I recognize that expectations, beliefs, fear, and grief can limit one's ability to be open to receiving communication. Just said that, right? Setting an intention or simply asking for a message can help your loved one to contact you. Sorry, and that's by Deborah Martin. Today I will be open to noticing meaningful plant as it might be a message from a loved one. Root. Okay. Aloe vera is a plant that at first comes to mind. Perhaps you need something to settle your stomach or to heal your insides from all the stress and worry that you've caused with everything else that we've already mentioned earlier. When there's a past loved one, if it's a spouse or whatnot, it can cause stress because that financial burden is there, right? Life changes after someone passes if it's a loved one. It always does. You want to always, as I said, make your intention. Every moment of the day, make your intention clear. In order to do that, you have to be mindful. You have to be in the moment. Don't spiral out of control just because the moment is there. You always want to respond to a situation, not react. In response, you are able to have a clearer head. In response, you are able to think. In response to things, you are able to make the decisions that represent you as your core person. When you react to things, it's just off the cuff. When you react, it's usually based on ego. When you react, it's usually based on hurt. When you react, it's usually not going to have the outcome that you had hoped for. And then you'll have to go back and apologize, ask for forgiveness. All of those things are okay to do, and it's never too late to do them. Never too late to make amends. It's never too late to change who you are. It is never too late to be a better person. We all have that gift. If you are waking up in the morning, you're given another opportunity to do so. You know what I mean? So, with that, you can root yourself into your belief systems and grow those, making the choice and the decision to be a better person. Perhaps you need to get out into nature and get grounded. Put your feet in the sand, put your feet in the grass. If it's raining, go outside and enjoy the rain. And know also that's going to take patience. It's not going to be like a momentary thing where it's just all fixed. Changing who you are and your intention, if it's something that's a little bit more deep-rooted, will take time. Don't beat yourself up if you mess up. They say that people who are incarcerated, it will take them 3 times before they are able to fix their past. The recidivism rate of 3 times. It will take them 3 times of getting arrested in order for them to say, hey, you know what? It's not really what I want to do. It's not who I want to be. It's psychology, folks. It is what it is. It takes patience. I'm not saying it's going to take everyone 3 times, but it does take time. Unless you're like me, where I honestly, and this is like, hello, TMI, I sucked my thumb all the way up until I was going to be in junior high school. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I can't go into junior high school doing this. And I stopped. It just depends on who you are. It just depends. Like I can have anything I can do every single day that I was doing for like the last 2 years. It was a habit that was not really good for me. It distracted from what I really needed to do, but to my defense, I was grieving. I'm still grieving, but I'm choosing to not make it worse by disconnecting. That can be a habit as well, right? So you can choose not to disconnect. You can choose to make better choices in order to cope with the things that you're going through your grief. You can choose to do that. It's up to you. It just depends on what you want, right? It really does. So always set your intentions on what you want as far as your memories are concerned. If you have your negative memories and they keep popping up, set your intention that you don't want that. Set your intention to making it a positive. So anytime a negative memory comes up, turn it around into a positive. It's possible. Perhaps that negative memory was supposed to teach you or the other party who was involved in it something. Sometimes we are used for the betterment of other people. Everyone has their own belief systems. I understand that, but for me, it makes sense to me that if there were prior lives to this one, we want to learn as much as we can and experience as much as we can to be better evolved human beings. And through that, it takes multiple lifetimes to learn those lessons. Every time we're here, our minds are reset. But I have the belief that before we come here, we decide, and that's why God says that He knew every pathway. He knew every decision and every outcome before it even happened. And because of that message in the Bible, yes, I bring Bible here, because it does all work together. The Bible, science, astrology, everything works together, folks. So when we come here, we make that decision on what it is we want to learn, and we meet up with the same people that we've met up throughout life in order to help us through those things. So with that said, there are times where things are going to seem so bogus. So bogus. But perhaps that bogus situation was for a higher calling, for someone else. Obviously, I'm hurt by that. The last several decades. I can say that I truly feel that I am here for others, to heal, to learn, to grow. I remember a long, long time ago, I asked God and I told Him He could use me. Use me, oh God, to help others see the errors of their ways. Boy, oh boy, be careful what you ask for. In saying that, you will receive characters who come into your life in need of that guidance. Right? So many ways that we can interpret these cards. Looking at Deborah Martin's name there, I'm thinking with the quotation marks, speak your truth. Speak your truth. Always consider if that adds to the situation or is it going to take away? What is your intention there? What is your intention? Ask yourself if your intention is being clouded by your memories of the past. And once again, you can take that moment If it happens to be a negative one, turn it around to a positive. Root yourself in what it is that you are truly wanting in the situation. And once again, be patient with yourself. Be patient with others, because everyone's going through stuff. It's not all about me. It's not all about just you. We're in it together. We're in it together. And your passed on loved ones are here to help you through it. They're always working on your behalf. Please know that. Receive the messages that you're getting from the people around you. Perhaps you keep hearing the same word over and over. Perhaps you hear the word as you're reading the word. That happens to me a lot. Just individual words is what I'm talking about. Like, I can read the word expectations and the TV will say expectations. As odd as it seems, there's a message there. If you can, just jot down the words and perhaps there's a whole sentence there for you. I'm going to have to start doing that because I haven't. With that said, we're getting really long into this. I just wanted to say thank you for being here. Please like the channel, subscribe, share it with others, and just know that everything will be all right as long as your intention is for it to be all right, right? And make those actions and those thoughts towards your ideals. Thank you for being here. Make it a great day.